All right, so we get to do a demo today on Heather. Everyone, this is Heather.
Hi, so excited.
So anyone that's watching might be thinking like, what should I do for an everyday look? What do I want to do more for a glam look? What I've learned by doing this for over 20 years, I've gotten to help, especially as Lancôme's national makeup artist. I used to go meet about 80 women a day, 4 times a week at all the Nordstroms, the Saks, the Bloomingdale's. I have helped over 500,000 women in the US alone with makeup questions. So I'm here for you with any questions you have. Trust me, the people that are watching are like, I have the same question.
Yeah.
Some of them might not have the same question because they already learned a way that works for them.
Yeah.
But one thing I've learned with helping over 500,000 women is that everyone's definition of what beautiful is not my definition of beauty is. Everyone's definition of what the color pink is different. Yeah. So I always say, I'm not gonna change who you are and how you've been for the last 20 years. Because if I change everything about you, the people that have known you for 20 years are like, that's not who you are. Sure. And that might take away some of your confidence. So I want to do makeup that polishes you, that gives you confidence. So I always say makeup, when you're doing it, there's a psychology behind it. And a lot of it is just asking questions. And that's what I like to teach my students here at Mandolin Academy is it's not about just doing. It's about the questions that you ask the client first before you actually apply any makeup brush. Yeah. So Heather, what look do you want to really learn today?
Okay, so I'm very natural. I don't wear makeup, really any makeup. So
you showed up to this with no foundation on. A lot of people would never do that.
No. Yeah, I know, we just filmed with no foundation on my face. But I would like a natural, quick look, because I know our viewers like quick, easy tips.
Okay.
Just if I were to go on a date, right? Or we have a massive event coming up. Mm-hmm. So just something foundation-wise to highlight my face.
Okay. So when people say I want a natural look, I have to think about, do you want natural in color or natural in appearance? Because there's two different things, right? Oh. So sometimes when I think natural in color, I have to find a lipstick that looks like your natural color here. Or not throw a random color that's not supposed to be on you. Okay. Some people want natural, that means that you have lots of makeup on, but it feels natural, like you have nothing on. So there's a lot of different things to it as well. So when you're looking at skin, you are blessed with beautiful skin, okay? Wrinkles are gonna happen no matter what. And even when you're 90 years old, if you have wrinkles, you can still get compliments on your skin, but if you can control the clarity and the redness in your skin. You don't want sunspots, you don't want age spots, right. And you don't want a lot of redness on the skin as well.
So for someone like me who I don't do anything to my face, where's a good place to start?
Skincare.
Right, but like,
and let me tell you
no, really.
Every
but
time
like
I do
a scrub
okay.
or a moisturizer, like let's talk more about that. Because I'm not gonna go do lasers.
Tell them what you're using right now.
No.
Yes.
No.
She uses a bar of soap.
Lotion.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with bars of soap.
She gets
You're
so
gonna love
mad at me.
You're gonna love
So mad. But like a good
Atwater
place.
has cleansing bars of soap.
This is a bar of soap
for the face.
This is perfect for me.
Yeah. And you can get it for oily combination skin, or you can get it for dry skin. And one might be summer, and then one might be winter.
Okay.
They suds up really good. You can even just take a cotton round and water, put it on here, and just wash the face every night. You want to take off all of the sweat, all of the toxins that attach to your face throughout the day.
Yeah, of course.
But you want to leave that essential oil behind, and that's what these are going to be for, is leaving a natural, kind of like a residue behind. So many times I think we were taught to use bar of soaps that you use for the body that leave no residue behind, and it actually strips your skin of oil, and it makes you feel uncomfortable and dry.
Can you use this on your skin too?
Absolutely. So for the face, cleanser, morning and night. Moisturizer, and a little bit of eye treatment as well. It's really easy to do. This one's Atwater's Eye Armor, and you can see it's very lightweight.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is you want to take away puffiness under the eye. If you're watching this and you're like, hey, I wake up sometimes and I'm puffy under the eye, you just need better circulation around the eye. So guess what is the ingredient that helps with circulation? We drink it all the time.
Caffeine.
Exactly. Yeah. So caffeine in your eye cream is the best thing for circulation and to eliminate puffiness.
And what about dark
circles?
Yep, that's what I have.
Those are genetics. Genetically, you can never get rid of a dark circle. You can camouflage them, and you can highlight them, and you can make the appearance of them go away. But if you have any eye cream that's for sale in anyone, It's not going to correct dark circles, it's going to correct the appearance of it. Because in eye cream, there's optical diffusers that diffuse that darkness and it makes it look lighter and brighter.
Okay, now what about the PRP injections? Will that not get rid of dark circles?
If it changes your genetics, then yes. But a cream is not going to change your genetics underneath.
Understood.
Yeah, so I always remember when our makeup switched from regular to high definition. That's when Oprah stopped moving around in her studio because she has dark circles. When I worked on America's Next Top Model, Tyra Banks, she has dark circles. And 90% of the way to correct it is with lighting. So that's eye cream, and then you would just put on a moisturizer. Let me tell everyone watching what the secret of youth is: oily skin. As we get older, what happens to our skin?
Oh my gosh.
It dries out.
Really?
So I wouldn't have been able to retire when I did if I made women look older. I had to make money by making older women look younger. And all I did was I just made them look like they were oily again.
Doesn't that like give you breakouts though?
No.
Having oily skin?
No, you want the appearance of oil, the dewiness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have someone that looks dry, even dehydration lines, 80% of the fine lines on the face and on the neck and on the body are just dehydration lines.
Do I have a lot of dehydration lines?
Yeah. And as soon as you put a moisturizer on, it plumps them up, and 80% of those fine lines are gone.
Okay.
So that's great to do before like an event, like put some moisturizer
Or
on
the
your
night
neck.
before.
Okay.
Now, if you look at the neck here, you can kind of see there's dehydration lines here. And if those are left untreated, they turn into a wrinkle. The collagen breaks down, and those dehydration lines will then become a wrinkle. And those are a lot harder to get rid of. You then have to go get Botox to relax that wrinkle.
In your neck?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we're not doing that.
We've done it in hands, we've done it in necks. You can get Botox anywhere to relax the skin. Instantly, when we put some moisture on that neck, it looks younger because you're adding the appearance of that oil that you want.
So, question, I'm noticing as you're putting these things on my face, you're more patting them in.
Yeah.
Is that how you...
Elastins are precious. Like, you don't want to stretch out the skin.
Okay, so
Gentle.
don't go like this, just pat.
Yeah, and also,
Oh my goodness.
why
Do
do
you
we
know
wear
ladies?
foundation? To cover up redness. And sometimes we're so quick with our movement that we cause redness to our skin. Then we're chasing that redness with foundation and concealer, but that redness will go away within 10 minutes. And you're left with too much makeup on. And if I can tell you any trick my second one to make you look younger, the first one is the appearance of oil. The second one, less is more. The more makeup you wear, the older you look, no matter who you are. I always think about those, teenagers that put on all that makeup. Well, you look like you're 30 years old now. So as you mature, if you want to mature beautifully and gracefully, wear less and less makeup, and just make sure that you have your skin looking like it's oily. How does that moisturizer feel?
Light, which is exactly how I like it.
Good. Nice.
Yes.
And as soon as your moisturizer is on, then you're going to go in and you're going to start to study the face. And when you look in the mirror, let's just focus on one side. Do you see any redness or discoloration that you don't love?
I mean, I don't like that sunspot right there
Okay.
and that scar right there.
Do you know what a lot of people do watching? If they have just two little things,
Yeah.
they put foundation everywhere to cover up two little spots.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Why not just put it on those two little spots?
I don't like how saggy my face is.
Okay.
So if we could make my face not look saggy.
Sculpt it, okay? So you want spot correction and you want a little bit of sculpting. So when I do spot correction, I take some foundation and I take a little brush. We're used to a foundation brushes looking big, right? More like this. So you can kind of see what I do is I say, get a smaller brush, find your color in complexion. And I teach this here at the school to all of my students at Mandolin Academy. Why cover the whole face when you want to cover just two little spots? So is this your age spot here? What you do is you just take it and you just dot it on like that. And you take your finger and you just blot it around and just make it disappear. See how it lightens it one shade?
Yeah.
A second layer, blot it off. So you're just very lightly pinpointing. It takes a little bit more time,
Great. That
but
looks
it's
great
amazing
already.
how it just lightens
Yeah,
it.
amazing.
Where was your scar? I don't even see it.
That.
It's amazing how everyone points out things
Little
that the
acne
makeup
scar.
artist never sees. I'm like, oh, okay, now I see it. So if you're watching this at home, just know that everything that you're worried about on your face, only you're worried about it. No one
This
is
is
gonna look
very
at
true.
it until you say, oh, look, I have this. I'm like, oh, wait, now I see it, okay?
Nobody's gonna get right up in your face.
No.
What's that? Except for your SD maybe.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna take a little bit of the foundation and just kind of cover up some of the redness around the nose. But you can see how I'm not even using like 1/3 of the pump, just very little.
So would you ever use foundation all across the face, or is there anything
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Some women like it as a safety blanket. Exactly. Like
Really?
it's just
Yeah.
the way that they are programmed
Yes.
to put it everywhere. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's going to be the appearance of makeup. I think it's okay if you want people to know, like, you know what, I like makeup and I know how to use it, then you can put it all over the face. It is more likely to get off on clothes, on other people as well. You need to start thinking about your color, because you need a different color from summer to winter. You can't use the same color all year long.
Yeah.
But for natural, quick, everyday, what I like to do is I like to kind of like make it look perfect and look just like skin with just spot treatment. So the skin looks slightly better, but then she can say, I don't have any makeup on. How's that feel?
Amazing.
Like you have nothing on, right?
Yes, which is, I love that.
Now foundations, I used the Lancôme Energy Lift Makeup for that. It does have SPF in it.
Oh, great.
So it's not ophthalmologist tested or safe for around the eye area. So that's why you want to go with more of a concealer for around the eye, because what happens to your eyes when sunscreen gets in them?
Stings.
Yeah. So a lot of times people cheat and they put their foundation on, you know, over their eye as well. That's okay, but it can cause your eyes to burn, get red,
Yeah.
tired, irritated. So I'm gonna take some concealer. And you said under eye. What's under eye problems for you?
Well, the dark sunk in circles.
So we just want to lighten it up a little bit, right? So look up for me. So I'm gonna take this concealer, only put it where you see the darkness. I watch women and they put their concealer all around here. And when they smile, it starts to crease and it makes them look older. So keep the concealer just where you see the darkness, and it's usually just this tiny little triangle right through here. Another mistake that I see a lot of people do is they use a concealer that's too light. And when you use a color that's way too light for your skin tone, it turns gray and ashy. So I've seen a lot of mistakes made with under eye concealer because they put too much on, they put it out here, and then they use a shade that's way too light for their skin tone. As we get older, little blood vessels are on our eyes. The skin is pretty thin around the eye. The only place that it's thinner is this lip skin. So what we're gonna do is we're going to conceal and correct your eyelids, erase all those little vessels and veins to make the skin look like it was 10, 20, 30 years ago.
Yes, please.
So eliminate the redness around the eye and the little vessels in the veins. Heather, go ahead and look at your eyelid and compare the two.
And so, oh yeah, beautiful. And so that is the same that you put?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ophthalmologist tested. It's a concealer that's safe for the eye, and we're gonna use that instead of an eyeshadow base. One thing about eyeshadow primer and bases is they're clear. So if you put eyeshadow on top of that, you're still gonna get discoloration and veining coming through your eyeshadow and it won't look blended.
So you suggest against those altogether?
If you look at your skin and it looks perfect already, you don't need coverage, then go for it.
Okay.
That's when you're 20. I think of the YouTubers on TikTok, their eyelids are perfect. They don't
Yeah.
need correction. But as we get older,
Yeah.
if you start to see vessels or veins on those eyelids, then you want to conceal them and correct them. You can see the difference from this lid versus this lid. The vessels and the veins here compared to skin on this side.
So for my teenage girls who are 13 and a 16-year-old who think they need all this product, what would you say to them? Do they need to be using so much product?
I have a lot of nieces, and what I noticed was some of them love makeup and some of them don't, and it's always different for what their path is going to be. I would rather them get good at one thing at a time rather than making a mistake on everything. So if it was me and I had a teenage daughter, I was okay, when you're 12, you get to choose one thing that you want to wear, and all year long you get to practice that. So it might be lip gloss. When you're 13, let's graduate to mascara.
Yeah.
Let them try every kind of mascara out there until they find the best one.
Yeah.
When they're 14, let's move on to eyeliner. Get them all the eyeliners, you know? So each year they're graduating, but they become a pro at every single step along the way.
Yeah.
And then by the time they're 17, 18, then they're doing a full face of makeup and they know that they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I love
So that's how I would do it if I was
Wow.
gonna parent a teenager. I always say, think about it. And then if you are following someone on YouTube or on Instagram or someone that does makeup, make sure they look like you. That they have the same skin tone, they have the same eye shape,
Interesting.
Yeah.
that they're like the
Fair.
same age as you, because those are things that you want when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, very simple, very natural, and that's great just by itself, okay?
Yeah.
So one thing when you're looking at the
we
face
go.
here, you can see that we just evened out a little bit of the color, very naturally. We took away some of the, the cheek is still great. One thing I would do is, because of how much beautiful color you have here on your décolleté, I would add a bronzer to sculpt you, take away some of that sagginess that you think you have, and add a little bit of life back to the cheek. So what you'd want to do is you want to grab a bronzer. The bronzer that you want to look for is kind of like a color that you would bronze here. This one's going to work, and I'm going to add a little bit of this blush color. So when you're looking at colors, you look at the color next to your arm. And some people are going to tan more yellow, some people are going to tan more red. Here she has a little bit more red, but I'm going to take a little bit of this, you know, this warm color. And when I put it on there, I want to make sure I don't really see it too much. Do you see the shadow that you have underneath here naturally?
Yeah.
Biggest mistake women make is they start right here. And they get a dark spot right there. Always start on the temple and just very slightly start to sculpt the cheek going down. So start back here, slowly sculpt. But I see a beautiful strong jawline. And I'm just gonna sharpen that jawline by taking that dark bronzing blush color, sharpening that, and just sculpting out that and making it three-dimensional. And then whatever's left on the brush, I just add a little bit of a sun-kissed look. Do you know that you can use your bronzer as your eye contour as well? All you would need is a ponytail brush like this. Take that color. This works for hooded eyes. This works for deep set eyes. This works for any eye shape that you want, but look in the mirror, keep your eye open. You're gonna, again, start in the corner, and you're gonna start to add warmth to the crease. But this is just whatever we used for your cheek contour and sculptor, we just use as your eye sculptor as well. All monochromatic, all natural.
Yeah.
And to see this color here,
Yeah.
that color's already on you here.
Oh, yeah,
So we didn't throw a random color that doesn't belong on you.
Very good.
Do that when you want to be dramatic. When you want to be natural, find colors that are already on your palette and just add more of those colors here.
Oh, great.
Because then you're not throwing a random color on you, it's going to look more natural.
Sure.
There's a little bit more, and we just bump that color up and buff it out.
Like I said, we have a really large event coming up. Do you think this is good enough for an event?
Almost. We're getting there, we're getting there.
Okay. Because I love that.
If it makes you feel beautiful with just this on, then you're gonna go to the event having so much more confidence. If I was to put too much on you
Sure.
and overdid it, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're gonna be thinking about your makeup the whole time, and if this is good or not, and you will miss out on that event. You do need a little bit more sometimes for events because it might be a darker room. It might be candlelight, it might be photography opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cameras, you know, so there's different opportunities that you need different makeup for. A lot of times people go and they put their makeup on thinking that it's gonna be good, and as soon as they take a picture of it, it's like, I didn't have any makeup on. So this is great for every day, and then you might wanna glam it up a little bit for when you wanna go out. Though I'm gonna put a little bit of blush on you. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this lipstick shade, and I'm choosing this shade because I see the color already down here on her. And you can just kind of pick it up on a brush like this, but I like to pick it up off my hand when I'm a makeup artist. When you're doing this yourself at home, you can just go like this, or you can just put your blush on a little bit like that. When you get a little bit on your brush, we're just gonna circle on some blush like this.
Yeah, see, that's natural.
That looks very healthy.
Yeah.
Looks natural, and the color matches your décolleté. So we didn't add a new color. If you want a dramatic blush, don't match these colors. Go opposite. So go something brighter, right?
Yeah.
If you want people to say, hey, I love blush, then go opposite of that color. But when you want to be a natural beauty, then match that color. Okay, so to jazz this up a little bit more for an event, right? You can even just stop there if you want. You can take that lipstick and we can add a little bit of that same lip so your cheeks and your lips match. Which product is this? What did you bring here?
That's our lip plumper, sir.
Lip oil.
Lip plumping oil.
That's awesome. So if you want your lips to be extra big, put the gloss everywhere. If you want them to be semi-big, just put just in the center of the lip and leave it on the sides.
Oh.
It creates like a speed bump through the center. Yeah,
Like a pout.
exactly.
Yeah, oh, I see.
Now, we just want to bring out your eyelids. So when you're looking in the mirror, all we want to do is we want to backlight your beautiful eyelashes. We can do colors that match your hair. So we can find browns if you want more smoky. We can do trendy colors, and there's always trendy colors, like spring is your pastels, summers are your blues and your golds, fall are gonna be all your jewel tones like your purples, greens. Like, I love matching eyeshadow to jewelry because this is classic and timeless. See the gold here? In 50 years from now, gold is still gonna be popular.
Yes.
Silver and platinum will still be around.
Yes.
When you take a picture wearing those colors, the makeup always looks great.
Timeless, agreed.
If you do trendy colors, blues, pinks, purples, that's awesome, but in photos you're like, oh, look at how funny that makeup is, you know, because you never know when it's gonna come back in style. So what I like to do is I like to take like a gold shimmer, not a glitter, but more like a shimmer, and then we also have silver. So you can think about it, okay, oh, today I'm gonna wear gold earrings or necklace, so I'm gonna do a soft gold eyeshadow. Or I'm gonna do platinum or silver, then you can go more to the platinum and silver,
Okay, love that.
right? then you don't have to worry about your makeup ever being too trendy or outdated. With lash extensions, you just don't want to sweep. What you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to tap the glow. And just remember, the glow stays low. In art, I learned that light makes things look bigger and shimmer makes things look bigger. And as we get older, the lids shrink on us. So by putting light on it, you make the lid look bigger. And then by putting shimmer, you make it look twice as big. The lid can always look bigger, no matter what age you are.
Okay.
And just by putting the glow on the lid, look at how, when we look at Heather, you see more shine, like a speed bump across that lid than you do on this side.
Yes.
Over here, you see the brow bone first. What do you see first on this side? The lid, right?
Yep.
That's all we want. We want your eyes to pop a little bit, and we don't want to bring the attention to the brow bone, we want to bring it to this area that's shrinking. And then the last thing I would do is you have a very healthy set of top lashes. What I would do is I would make your lower ones look just as healthy. I'm gonna enhance your lash line on the bottom with just an eyeshadow powder. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix some dark colors. I love this kind of bluish purple color because it brings out the whites of the eyes. If you use a lot of browns around the eye, it can make your whites of your eyes look more yellow. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that bluish black color, and I'm just gonna go, and I'm gonna go right where the lashes grow. I'm just gonna add a very soft powder liner along the bottom, and it's gonna expand the size of the eye in the very most natural way. You might not be able to see this on camera, but tell me what you think about just adding a little bit of a lash line on the bottom.
Love that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
it
natural, right?
defines her
Yep.
eye.
Yeah.
If you want dramatic, setting spray. Spray your brush, and then pick up any eyeshadow that you have, and the setting spray locks it into the brush, it won't fall. Look up, and you can take it to the next level. And this is buildable. So maybe do that first one that we did with just dry powder for your day look. For an event, smoke out your lower lash line so that the top lash line isn't so heavy and dominant. So look at the bottom now for that, for an event.
I love that. Oh my goodness.
That's so pretty.
Yes.
Do you guys like it?
Yeah, and it gives a nice line for the bottom that opens up
Oh
the eye
yeah,
this
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
So it'll make you look more awake. It does give a little bit more of a mystery to the eye. And, the lash, and then just throw on some mascara with that. But you see, the attention's up here. The attention is no longer on the dark circle. That was our number one concern. So when we do have dark circles, when we do have something we don't love, bring the attention somewhere else and then stop thinking about that problem.
Amazing.
Because no one looks at it.
Will this last her all day?
If you're doing good skincare, it should last a lot longer.
Okay.
A lot of times we put makeup on skin that's dry or too oily or not corrected with your skincare, and that's gonna eat away or make your makeup not look great throughout the day. So always start with basic good skincare. Mandolin Academy is great because they offer appointments to anyone that wants to come in, and they're not paying full-on prices. They get a discount because there's a student there doing the program, and there's a certified technician, like instructor, with them every time.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I go to some of the med spas and things out there, I can see that people's habits start to kick in, and they're not so adamant about doing the right procedures. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of highlight on you.
Okay, yeah, and I do have one more thing.
Okay.
I don't know if any of you ladies, like I've got this like dent, which maybe you can't see right now.
Nope.
But I've got a
Well,
dent
the more
in my
you draw
forehead
a line,
right
the more
here.
we're gonna see.
So how can you like hide that?
So just know, shimmer shows that off, matte will hide that.
Okay, that's good to know.
So you're gonna wanna do like an invisible set powder.
Yeah.
You can get these pressed or loose, and you're gonna put it on a really soft brush like so. And what you wanna do is just tap and roll, and you just wanna mattify the T-zone where that is, because remember, I think that's why they always say when you're older you can't wear shimmer because you have more wrinkles and lines. So they're like, oh, you gotta go matte. You see how I'm mattifying the line? You just don't wanna do matte everywhere. You wanna keep the appearance of oil and radiance where you're smooth.
I see.
Exactly. But just mattify that line, and it's gonna be a lot less visible. So keep your radiance on the outside of the face and mattify the T-zone for you. And it's gonna be different for every single person.
Just simple.
Yeah.
Yay.
Love
Now,
our
one more
lashes
thing.
and brows.
Okay, one more thing. Okay.
Eye cream is my favorite highlighter. So I do this on a lot of my celebrity clients, especially Jill Wagner that we were talking about. But I'll take eye cream as a finisher, because if we put powder highlighter on, it just dries us out. If we take eye cream and you apply it before and after every makeup application, do you see that appearance of oil?
Oh, before and after.
Who doesn't want more anti-aging eye treatment around the eye? If you start doing this now, 10 years
Right?
from now, by using eye cream as your highlighter, and you don't want to wipe and smudge off all your makeup, you just want to tap, tap, tap.
Yes. I'm gonna
You
thank
want to
you.
get that dewy, hydrated look there. It's going to give you the most
So
beautiful
pretty.
amount of highlight. You can take a little bit down the nose. You can even use a little bit on your collarbone. Any other questions?
Yay.
We have a million.
What do you
but-
think? Any other questions? I think those were my biggest questions.
Okay. Do you feel like you could do this
Yay.
yourself?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So,
Well, and it's something like I would do
Yeah.
because it's so natural. It's
Yep.
just highlighting.
yep. So here
Yeah.
at the Academy, what I like to do is I like to do the demo. And then it's amazing because the students will then start to practice.
Right.
And I always say, can you do this yourself? If they say no, I get to walk them through with the brush. So what we would do on the other side now for you, I would make sure that you knew how to do this at home, because a lot of times you go and get your makeup done, like at a department store or
Right.
like that, or you try it at home. And if you can't do it, you mess up, you just end up doing the same look that you've been doing for 10, 12
Right.
years.
You revert back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I always say practice when you have nowhere to go. Practice even like the night before so that you know like, oh yeah, I can do this in the morning.
Oh,
You
amazing.
can know how to tweak it. But yeah, so
Amazing.
yeah.
Very good. Yay.
Thank you,
Well,
Heather.
thank you so much
are
for
welcome.
everything and for coming.
Absolutely.
Look at how beautiful I
This looks
look.
like.
Yes.
We can even it out. We can even it out so you, before you.
Yeah, exactly. All of the links to his product line as well as our product line will be below, and don't forget to subscribe.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.